address the issues and the problems that we have in this area. But as I said before, great potential, but we must preach a message of hope and a message of deliverance to bring the people out of their despair and to change their lives. All right. Hey. Yes. So, as I said before, yes, this is the school area. But now, the most important element in this community is the church. The church is the most stable organization in the community. And I think if the people would really understand. All right, how y'all doing? Hey. All right. Hey, so if they would really understand how important it is to support the local church, people have to understand that when they support the local church and the leadership of the church, they're really empowering themselves, you see. And but it's our job. And when I say our job, I'm talking about the church. It's our job to get the message out and to reach out to the people and to let them know that Christ is the answer. And regardless of what the problem is, this is the Our Lady of the Garden gym. And yes, we have to let the people know that whatever the question, whatever the problem, whatever the dilemma, Christ is the answer. Now, they call this Church Road because back then in the early 1940s, the late 40s, they wouldn't allow you to build churches on C.O.G.I.C property. So I should have shown you the other church. There's only two churches actually in Altgeld Gardens. And that's the Our Lady of the Gardens and then the Methodist Church, United Church, where you first come in. This area is called the Maryland Manor subdivision, okay? And it's one of the most neglected areas of the city of Chicago, okay? This is where they allow the churches to build. So we call this Church Road. You got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you got about 5 churches down this stretch of land right here. It's 134th Street, okay? But this is the most important road in this community because we breathe spiritual life into what otherwise would be a totally dead and hopeless community. We're approaching Peter Rock Church, which is a foundational institution in this community. We've been ministering to the residents of this area for over 60 years. And we've recently expanded our facilities. We've done landscaping, as you can see, because when people look over here from the community, I want them to see hope. I want them to see prosperity. I want them to be uplifted, and they need to understand that everything that they need is in God. The proper God foundation, having Christ as the foundation, you can accomplish. Well, as the Bible says, you can do all things. This is the front of Peter Rock Church of God in Christ. It was established by Pastor Watson. He was the first pastor of the church, and then Pastor Joseph Gordon, second pastor. Third pastor was Pastor Andrew Lewis Lane, my former pastor and my father. He is deceased. But he started a work, and I've been carrying it on. Okay. Now we're going to go in the back here. I just want to drive around and show you our men's ministry house. The Lord laid upon my heart. Joshua It is God's plan to minister to this community, minister to the soul, you can see there's a lot of land back here. has been abandoned. People have walked away from it, back taxes for about 20 or 30 years. What I believe is that God has given us this land, and he means for us and intends for us, it is his purpose for us to fulfill the Joshua vision plan. And as God told Joshua, every place that the sole of your feet shall tread upon, I've given it to you. So we have walked this land and we claim it to fulfill God's vision. All right? To your left is the house that we purchased. We call it Caleb's house. Caleb's is representative of faith and victory. He was one of the 12 spies, but he was of the 2 that brought back the good report. And eventually he went in with Joshua to this time. It's a 3-bedroom house with an area in the back where you can house additional ammunition to men. So it has the capacity to house at least 5 men. And we help them to get on their feet and become productive contributors to society. Excuse me. There's only about maybe 5 houses in this whole area. I see potential, and I can see God's plan being fulfilled. The Andrew Lane townhouses, affordable housing in this area. Also, the Abundant Life Center, which will be a recreational center where we can have wholesome activities for young people and for families. Also, Sarah's house, which would be a facility for the aged women. Many times we have mothers who have served the church all of their lives and then become incapacitated in their old age and sometimes abandoned by their families, and sometimes they end up in a nursing home. But I'd like to have a place that we can minister to the senior mothers who have ministered to us when they were strong and vibrant. So we believe and know that this is the land that God has given us, and we shall possess all of the land and fulfill the commission that God has given us for ministry in this area.